Hi everyone. Welcome back to Woo Can Cook. My name is Wesley, and this is a show where we are slowly cooking our way through all of the food from my childhood. Today we're diving back into our series dedicated to the wonderfully diverse array of small plates, side dishes, condiments, and accompaniments that are essential to Pan-Asian cuisine, with a dive into the house-made chili oil found at the Woo Can Cook pop-up here in the Bay Area. For those out of the loop, earlier this week, David Chang and his brand Momofuku got a bit of backlash after attempting to trademark the term chili crunch, which of course is pretty silly for many reasons, mainly because chili crisp oil has existed long before Momofuku existed, but also if any one organization is going to get credit for inventing chili oil, it would have to be the single most iconic chili oil brand of all time, Ma. Of course, inventing and trademarking are two different things, but that's a whole different argument. In any case, amidst this chili crisp, chili crunch, chili oil craze, I thought this might be the appropriate time to finally dive into a recipe video that I have been promising folks for quite some time now, which is the chili oil that we make in-house and sell at the Woo Can Cook pop-ups, affectionately known by our crew as the good shit. For those unfamiliar, chili crisp oil more broadly refers to the condiment often included in Pan-Asian stir-fries, defined by an aromatic oil with chili flakes steeped into the hot oil yielding its bright red color. Although most Asians will likely agree that Ma is the definitive chili oil, in more recent times you may have seen a number of folks producing their own versions of chili oil, all varying on the same theme. So, for our own attempt today, I'm going to address a couple of the issues that I personally have with most of the other chili oils that I found on the market, which is that most contain far too much MSG, which in turn makes the condiment more salty than it is aromatic, which is a shame because the oil itself is jam-packed full of aromatic spices. Okay, so let's get into it.
What's the difference when the world burns down on its own and baby, can I be honest? There's some days that I don't know who I am.
Okay, so diving right in, our chili crisp oil today is going to be assembled in two stages. First, we're going to simmer a bunch of aromatics in oil to create a fragrant and aromatic oil base. Then we're going to strain the oil and steep our chili flake in the hot oil to finish. So up first, we're kicking things off with some aromatic veggies. This is 1 head of garlic peeled and crushed, and about 2 inches of ginger rough chopped as well. Then next, I'm assembling our whole spices, which will also be steeping in our oil as well. For those keeping track, what we're adding here are more or less the spices that you would find in a Chinese 5-spice blend. This is about 20 star anise pods here to start, followed by 2 dozen dried Tianjin peppers. Then this is some cinnamon bark that I'm breaking up here. You could also just use plain old cinnamon stick too, if that's what you've got. Finally, rounding this all out is 3/4 cup each of coriander seed and Szechuan peppercorn to finish. Over on the stove, I'm heating up a total of 14 cups of neutral oil on medium-high heat. Then I personally like to add my aromatics in while the oil is still cold. I found that this will help keep them from burning and is generally more effective in monitoring the heat of the oil. I'm letting this heat up over medium-high heat until the oil comes to a rapid boil like so. Then I'm bringing the heat down to a medium-low and letting this simmer for roughly 20 to 30 minutes. Since obviously you can't monitor this by taste unless you want to start spooning boiling hot oil into your mouth, I personally like to keep a close eye on the color and texture of the garlic cloves in the oil. This is probably the most delicate thing in the wok right now, so when we start seeing these turn a deep golden brown like so, we're about ready to pull this off heat. As a side note, if you do want to go through the trouble of fishing these garlic cloves out, these are now essentially deep-fried garlic chips, which go great on noodles, stir-fries, or just plain on their own as a snack. Next up, I'm removing these solids here by carefully passing our oil through a fine mesh sieve. Keep in mind that this is boiling hot oil, so obviously pour with great caution. Then while our oil is still holding carryover heat, I'm steeping in my chili flake along with anything else you might want to season your chili oil with today. For me, this is going to be 7 cups of red chili flake, 1.5 cups of white sugar, 2 cups of salt, 6 tablespoons of MSG, and 12 ounces or about 5 cups of fried garlic chip. At this point, you may start getting creative here too and add in whatever else might seem tasty to you. Dried shallots or peanuts are maybe the most common choices, but you know, you do you. In any case, if this is your first time making this recipe, now would be the optimal time to start adjusting to taste as well, since the oil will have cooled down substantially at this point. Just keep in mind that you are actively shoveling chili oil into your mouth too, so don't make yourself sick. I'm portioning this out into containers by spooning in the solids here first, followed by our oil on top, and we're ready to eat. Okay, so full disclosure, we've been making and selling this chili oil at the Woo Can Cook pop-up for about 2 years now, so I know that this recipe video is way past due. In any case, I've been told that this stuff goes well with literally anything. My personal favorites, other than the obvious choices of stir-fries, dipping sauces, and of course fried rice, is with a fried egg over some white rice or maybe a piece of avocado toast. That said, I'm not sure that I'm in love with this TikTok trend of frying the egg in the actual chili oil though, since as you may notice, the chili flake burned in the wok, which, I mean, of course it's going to do that. Duh. Some of the more bizarre uses that I've been told though, I know some folks swear by a bowl of mac and cheese with this stuff, and a little while back we also did a pasta carbonara and a chocolate chip cookie with this stuff tossed in too, both of which were surprisingly good. In any case, in my opinion, I personally think that our chili oil pulls back on the salt and MSG content quite a bit, which allows for the aromatics of our star anise, coriander, Szechuan peppercorn, and cinnamon stick to really come alive more in the flavor profile. I know that it is sacrilegious to speak ill of the almighty Lao Gan Ma, but I personally find that it is pretty heavy on the salt and MSG, so much so that you basically can't taste the chili in it anymore, and I think our version really addresses this. Okay, I know all of the Asians in the room are about to lose their minds right about now. Okay, so that's it everyone. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you give this one a shot. For those who are new to the channel, this one is part of a new series that we've been doing that's dedicated to small plates, side dishes, and accompaniments. So definitely check out that series next if you haven't yet, because there's going to be a lot of these. For the Bay Area locals, the Woo Can Cook fried rice pop-up is now at the West Oakland Farmers Market every Sunday, so come by and say hi then if you can. More about that at woocancook.com/eats. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share, be nice to interneters, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
And tell me, do you ever feel